I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned to snowboard also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope, Discover does it automatically. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. Cartier, Rolex, Gucci, Prada, Jordan, Adidas, Bottega Veneta. At eBay, it's real or it's getting the fake out. eBay's team of luxury authenticators are making sure you never get faked over again. Watches inspected by watch aficionados. Sneakers checked by legit sneakerheads. Handbags examined by handbag connoisseurs. And jewelry in the scopes of expert gemologists. These authenticators are leaders in their field, with meticulous eyes making sure your piece arrives as authentic as your style and worthy of your collection. As experts, they know the true difference between a real and a fake. Real carries that rare, distinguished feel, the weight of pure platinum, exquisite scent of Togo leather, and the tight stitching on a pair of dunks, the brilliance of real diamonds. So rest assured, your Rolex moves just like a Rolex should, and that colorway on your Jordan Royals will always be on point. The details inspected, the fakes rejected. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal with eBay's authenticity guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms. This episode is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Last year, Mountain Dew launched the Mountain Dew Real Change Opportunity Fund, a commitment from the brand to make tangible investments in Black entrepreneurs. In year 2 of the Real Change Initiative, Mountain Dew is partnering with the HBCU Esports League to put a spotlight on the HBCU student gamers and fuel their drive into their competitive field of esports by launching the Mountain Dew Real Change Challenge. With a focus on increasing Black representation in esports and gaming, the Mountain Dew Real Change Challenge will support HBCU student gamers by sponsoring a nationwide HBCU esports tournament. Contestants will compete for an overall prize pool of $500,000, coaching and exposure to esports professionals, and a gaming contract with Mountain Dew for up to 1 year. Gaming fans can tune in to twitch.tv/community, that's twitch.tv/CXMMUNITY on February 25th to catch the final showdown between the top 2 HBCU teams competing in the ultimate game. Started off.
What's poppin', people? Welcome back to another episode of Say Less with Kaz.
Yo.
Lowski.
What's up?
And Rosy. And we have a very, very, very special guest in the building. Good friend of the show, Mr. Carter Boozer.
Hey, good to be here, guys.
Yes,
good
sir.
to be here.
Yes,
Finally got him after he pump faked for 8 times.
Couple pump fakes.
Before we even got on the microphone, Rosie was saying who was the biggest pump faker, me or you?
I don't even know, bro.
And
It's a tie.
I don't know enough like social settings to say that he might be, but based on what he
bad.
was talking about, I'm like, yeah, that's similar to what.
No, he's just like
done,
him.
Similar to what I've done, so I might have to give him the crown.
So here's the thing. What they don't understand about us. We do really be wanting to go.
No, you don't.
No, he doesn't.
No, you don't. And that's the thing.
No,
like,
he
you don't want
doesn't.
to go. Like, Kaz, you don't want to go anywhere.
I really do be wanting to
Kaz,
come out.
do you-
You be like, yo, bro,
I
I'm
have a
good.
question. When you be wanting to come out, right?
Okay.
Do you ever
Can you put it in quotations,
Do you shower and get dressed?
Why she put it in quotations?
I
though?
don't
mean,
know.
like,
Yeah, I don't know
Because
why
he
she
don't
did
be
that.
wanting to come out.
A lot of the times, right, I'd already be showered for the day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Do you
So
ever
it's not
get ready?
I legitimately be ready to go sometimes.
Do
and
you
then-
get ready?
No, because no. So, all right, hold on. In Kaz's defense.
Yes, defend me.
In
Defend me,
Kaz's
friend.
defense.
He just defend me.
When
Please.
it's time to really go out, like the nigga's already in the city or he's already making
That's the
moves.
only time.
And he's already he's already dripped out, right? So during the weekends, those are his time to like really just like
Thank
chill,
you.
calm down, chill with the family.
No,
You
but,
got the beat, you got the-
but here's my
Hold
thing.
on, no, listen, I'm not gonna let you do my man like that.
Thank you, bro.
Hold
My
on,
man.
let me get my shit
Okay,
off real
all
quick.
right, get your shit off.
When he wants to chill, he wants you to
Harasses
come to
us.
him.
Yes.
And that's when the chill ignites.
I don't
I'm
think
not
that's-
mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having like the the party house. I don't want to say party house, but
The clubhouse,
I want to
the-
accommodate.
yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
everybody.
And I like that.
Come
But
gather.
Come gather, bro.
What
I
I
feed
know-
you.
That's
I get you
cute,
drunk.
but this is what bothers me about both
Here's
of
when
them.
I know
Hold
He's
on.
with the shits. Hold on. Here's when I know he's with the shits. Yo, y'all out?
Anybody outside? Where everybody at?
That's
Yo,
why
hit
I'm
the
like,
group
all
chat.
right,
Where everybody
let
at?
me find this nigga real quick.
This is what bothers me about Carlos and Kaz.
Okay.
They will pump fake to the very last minute.
I do that
We
too.
get to the spot and Carlos and Kaz will still be like, so yeah, I might still slide. Y'all there? Who there? Like, what's going on? Is it popping?
But I'm
You're
not-
home in your drawers, bro.
But I know him. Like, just like you know your homeboy, I know my nigga.
Bro.
Like, so when he start asking, like, yo, who there? What time y'all leaving?
Yeah,
What's the
he
vibe?
not
I'm
coming,
like,
though.
Then I'm like, I'm putting my phone down. I'm like, I'm not talking.
Yeah, because
I'm not talking
that's
to this nigga right now.
my first question is who's there.
Who all gonna be
I'll
there?
be like Rosy.
everybody's first
Who's
question.
there?
Yeah.
Who you with?
Who you with?
Then I'm like, I think about it.
Yeah. Where y'all sitting?
Like the last time I was in New York was like 2 weeks ago. I was already at dinner with my man catching up, and she was already out, and I wanted to keep the night going. But the meal was so good,
Bro, you didn't
I
have
got
menu.
the itis, and
Yo,
I was
it
like,
happens.
so I was like,
Bro,
yo,
it
let me know when you
does.
get home. I'm gonna show you straight.
Yo.
I'm already back at the hotel. I'm going to bed.
Mind you, and Carlos said he like, perfect. I get to go home.
Even if you said, nah, yo, we about to da-da-da. That nigga was not coming.
He was never coming.
He's doing the due diligence. Yo, my G, get home safe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
I hate
that's
it here.
All you said is, nigga, I am not coming.
I hate it here.
He's saying.
Listen.
I hate it
We
here.
don't flake
I hate
because we
y'all.
don't love. Like we want to
man.
come.
I wanted to be
Yo,
there.
I
I wanted to
know.
be
But that's why,
I
you know
know.
what? That's why, Kaz, you take I have a priority over you when you want to go out because it's very rare.
This is very
so when
true.
Kaz, that's why his birthday was just me and him at a bar.
This was
I
nice.
told-
He
I
wanted to be
told-
outside,
listen,
and I was
I
like, bro,
told
I
y'all.
will pull up because you don't ever want to do
I
shit.
told y'all what I was doing.
So your
y'all
priority.
know what it was. And I also said, like, yo, when we record, we're going to go out and get a little fucked up,
And we
whatever.
did.
And we
But-
did.
And did.
But this,
And did.
aside from whatever, I'm like, all right, it's his birthday.
And did, sneaky
As long
shit.
as one of them got Rosy had him, I'm like, all right, Rosy
Yeah, as long as
Rosy
somebody,
gonna have it.
like
And
when
then
I was
Nas
at
pulled
town one
up.
time and I told you to get him,
Yeah, what I did, he was like, yo, go.
go right now.
Bro, beeline
I
it
called
right to
you and
Jersey.
Rory. They was like,
Beeline it.
where he
It's
at?
like, we know, like, yo, it's like, we'll look at each other like, all right,
I was
you
like,
got him
I
this
can't
time?
make
Like,
it. Go get him.
I'm like, I got him.
Happy
It's very
belated, by the
rare.
way. Happy belated,
Booze,
man.
thank you so much,
Yes.
and thank you for pulling up, man.
Yeah, of
I
course.
know it's just we've all known each other for several years now,
Yeah.
going on at least a decade, more
For
than that
sure.
at this point now.
For sure.
And
I done
bro,
got y'all drunk a lot.
Rosie, the heaviest hand in the East, as I call her, always has gotten many of us drunk over many years. But it's just good to have you in the city while we can. I know it's a busy time for you. Your kids is
Thank you.
killing
Thank
the
you.
prep circuit right now. You're killing on game day for college as well. Like it's been a great journey to kind of see you transition from your playing days to not just being a trusted voice and an analyst and for the sport and for the culture. So on the Dream Team doc also.
Still not a Duke fan.
Still not. Still hard for me to root for Duke. Still hard for me to root for Duke. Not gonna
Sorry, I
hold you.
apologize.
okay. It's all good.
Love you though.
However, man,
I had to throw it in there. I'm
But
just
shit, like,
Carolina,
what's up
baby.
I was about to say the Carolina jump
Carolina,
shot.
baby.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know where, I don't know where that
huge
came from.
rivalry.
So let me ask y'all, right?
Yeah.
Since you went to Duke,
Yeah.
you're from North Carolina.
From Raleigh.
How do you? I guess aside from where you're born, what makes you decide? Hey, I'm a Carolina
You
guy.
have to
I'm a
choo-
Duke guy.
The thing is, when you grow up there, well, you went to Duke, so
Yeah.
you didn't have to choose. But when you grow up, and you have to pick,
Yeah.
because that's like the biggest
Yeah,
rivalry
yeah.
in North Carolina. It's like
One of the biggest
UNC,
rivalry in sports.
UNC or Duke.
One of the biggest.
So you just have to choose.
I dubbed WrestleMania to go to the Final Four
And I
to
ain't
watch
stupid. I
Coach
said where
K's
Jordan went.
last joint. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta see that.
I ain't stupid. I
Has
said
there-
where Jordan went.
Has
That's
there
where I'm
ever
going.
been anybody that you've known that has picked the opposite side, like from where you're from?
What do you mean?
Like, has been
I have a lot of friends that are Duke fans.
right. So does that
We
create?
call them Dukies.
Oh, okay. So that creates animosity. That creates.
Just only during college.
So let's talk to the Big Dookie, man.
Big Dookie.
Big Dookie right here.
I don't think we should say that.
I think it fits.
The big blue devil. Like, I mean, like, I don't want to call him a dookie.
Big
Like,
Dookie.
I don't feel
Big
good calling a
Dookie
grown man
fits.
a dookie. Yeah, I don't I don't feel good doing that.
But man, crazy year for Duke and just everything around. I feel like there's so many things I want to touch on, but let's start with your Duke Blue Devils and Coach K, retiring and the program itself. Yeah, the program's in a bit of transition at the moment. But talk to me about it, man. Like, how does it feel just going and watching Duke games and not seeing that crazy man patrolling the sidelines anymore?
No, it is weird. He's been there for 42 years. So to see him step down, all of us were, obviously happy for him. He's had a hell of a career. A lot of accolades, 5 championships and whatever. All the ACC championships too. But it was time. He's 75 years old. He still got, Mickey, his beautiful wife with him. He got his grandkids and his daughters. And so, at some point we all got to hang it up and turn the page, and this was his moment for that. So not the way he wanted to go out, of course, but at the same time, anytime you get to the Final Four is a successful season because it's hard to get to the Final Four. You guys know. You guys watch a lot of college basketball.
Of course.
Very difficult to get to the Final Four.
As an athlete, he should know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Real athletes do real things. You know what I'm saying? Just
There's only one athlete in this room, and it's not you.
But speaking of all that, like him stepping down and John Shire stepping up, those are huge shoes to fill. Almost impossible shoes to fill. Right. And
that shadow is a long cast.
Yeah, it's a long casted shadow, but he's doing the best he can. You got a young team. They're 20-8 on the season. It's not that bad.
Word.
They're figuring out how to maneuver through the season. We all got to figure out how to navigate. And he's had a tough season where 2 of his best players were hurt most of the season. Now they're back. We're like winding into ACC tournament, into March Madness around the corner. So I think they have the team full strength right now, which is big time for them. For them, they don't have a star. They don't have a Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving. Last year's Paolo Banchero. They don't have a guy like that. They got to do it by committee. And so once they bought into that, now everybody's an option. They go a little harder. The guy next to you becomes that much more important because there's not a guy you can just throw it to and say, hey, man, get us a bucket. They don't have that this year. So, but that being said, it ain't like the Tar Heels.
I feel like I'm on college game day.
It ain't like the Tar Heels are going back to the final this year. They struggling now. We can talk about the Tar Heels too. How you going? Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. So y'all got me on this juice. Got me on
Blame the heavy-handed ease.
You know what I mean? You got me on the strawberry juice.
It's good though.
It's very good, by the way. You did a great job. So, how do you guys feel about being in 15 minutes, 20 minutes away from winning the championship a year ago?
Damn.
To now, y'all might not be in the tournament this year. How you feel about that?
And you brought back your whole squad. The whole squad.
Everybody but
I'ma say this.
who was great for y'all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this. Players fuck up too. We got next year. You feel me? We're gonna be all right.
It ain't over yet, though. It ain't even over.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of March Madness.
A whole fucking collegiate team.
Bro,
Like, your
because
players
I
fuck up
really-
too. That's it.
Because when it comes to Duke and Carolina, it's like they go back and forth on who's like, but they always one of them is always going to dominate.
Always.
So one of them is always going to make the Final Four, whether it's Duke or Carolina. So it's like Duke got it this year.
And it wasn't necessarily like last year. North Carolina was like world beaters either. You know,
But they got so hot.
They got hot at the right time.
So hot.
You know what I'm saying? So who knows?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question since we're talking about
Let's
last
talk
year.
about it. Since I got my juice in me
Do
too.
you
Hold
facts?
on.
So the semifinal game against Coach K, y'all beating Duke. Do you feel like that was y'all championship because y'all lost the championship?
1,000%. I think that was a championship. Like, listen, the rarity that we all know was Coach K's last season.
Right.
So
Last
any game
hurrah.
could have been his last game.
Right.
The fact that you matched up with your longtime rival.
Crazy.
Your arch
It's
nemesis.
impossible
Yes.
to not
Crazy.
like the emotion of that game. Like, it's impossible
You
to
can't
understate
write
that.
any story
I
better
was
than
watching
that.
it like it was a Marvel movie. No
was.
bullshit.
It
It was
felt
like,
like-
Technically, yeah,
yeah,
it
that's what
was.
it was. I was like,
It literally
"Dang,
was.
So here's the thing, like I didn't go to no huge like sports like college or anything like that, but like I've always wanted to see Duke, North Carolina, either at Cameron Indoor or at the Dean Dome. So seeing for the first time at the Final Four in New Orleans, where it's just literally
You
it was a
can't
great
write it any
game.
different.
Almost 100,000 people in the stadium watching a college basketball game, bro, and it's a rivalry game.
The best
And
rivalry
it's
in
the last
college.
game of this motherfucker's career. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't script it better. And of course, and then after do all that, it's like, oh, and you got to come play Monday for the title. It's like, Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
How explain your emotion or explain the experience and the momentum and the high level, the intensity. Explain that.
I would
whole
say
thing.
it was a moment of two extremes, right? So I went from being extremely high, pumped up, excited, enthusiastic for Coach getting to the Final Four to great game.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter who won, the great game.
Yeah.
Down to the wire, came down to a couple of free throws.
Just as a sports fan,
Great
immaculate.
basketball game, right?
Right.
And then I go to the other part of the spectrum, and I was extremely sad for Coach. Like, I didn't want him to go out that way, you know? He's been, to us that went to Duke, he's been like a father figure. I have a father, obviously, phenomenal dad, and Coach K was like right underneath that for me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you leave high school and you pick a school, your parents are basically putting you in the hands of
Another
your coach.
family.
Another family, right?
Yeah.
And so Coach K was that for me. And he's had a successful career. All of us wanted that storybook ending where he goes out on top, wins the championship, rides off into the sunset.
Yep.
Didn't go down that way. So I went from being like super hyped for him to being like, damn, I want to give him a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I knew it was his last time on the sideline. So, and he's one of my closest friends. We talk every month, every couple weeks. Like we talk often. So, but in totality, what a great career, man.
Oh,
How do you
yeah.
think he felt about that ending?
And that's why I want to ask him, like, not to pry too much.
Yeah,
Did you
but-
have a conversation with
Yeah.
him
How do you
after
think
that
he
game,
felt?
and not to not to get too, but like,
Coach, at this point in this year, right now, doesn't miss it. It's a lot that goes into being a head coach. You got
Yeah.
to
It's
It's not just the game.
You put a lot of hours,
year-long.
sweat, blood, tears. Like it's a lot that goes into being, especially being a successful coach, right?
Yeah.
You know, the
Mentally
Roy,
toll- like, it
the
tolls you
Dean
mentally,
Smiths, the
yeah.
Roy Williams, for us, the Coach K, like both of those two schools have been so great because they're at the top of the totem pole.
Yeah.
Was a competitor who put time, effort in, right? And that's Coach K as well. So, but at the time, you think he wanted to end it like that?
No, of course not.
The competitor to him was like, man, run it back.
Yeah.
like, bro, like, yo,
Hey,
give me
spin the
another
block.
season.
Spin the block, run it back.
So the funny thing about Coach K, right, is that like obviously we all have a vision of him. You know what I'm saying? Just being this, military background, like
I want to
super
see him laugh.
straight laced type of stuff, right?
I want to make him giggle.
Any Dookie I talk to, anybody I talk to, either went to Duke or like played there, just always has like a hilarious Coach K story where it's like, Coach K get down like that? And
Hold
they're
on.
like, yeah,
is
bro.
Is he the Tom Brady of coaching?
I wouldn't.
But
what
we're not doing that.
No, because remember?
No.
What
No.
statement
Is he the Tampa? Is he the Tampa
I
Tom?
think
of
the way
coach-
she's trying to explain it is that like for a while Duke was so hated, just kind of like
Course.
Tom Brady was so hated,
Like the Yankees.
like the Yankees, exactly
yes,
right.
yes.
And you have this vision
Big Yankees
of,
fan, in case y'all missed
Yeah,
it.
you already seen it.
Big Yankees fan.
Pitchers and catchers back
Yeah.
this week. But, obviously you have this vision of what Coach K is like.
Right.
You know what I mean in basketball. And I'll even just tell you a story that somebody shared with me that I don't even know if it was true or not. But if you are a Dookie, so I will cross reference it
Can
with
you,
you.
can you stop calling him Dookie?
He's a Dookie.
But it's just like
You're a Carolina
He's a
fan.
Dookie.
I'm sorry. I just don't like it.
Corroborate the story with me. One of my friends told me one time. I think this was a preseason game. I don't even think it was televised. I guess Coach K had called a timeout. I think it was like a scrimmage, or it was like one of those preseason games you're playing against like a D2 teams,
Right.
whatever. And I guess like the team didn't come out with enough energy. And according to the story, the team, he tells the team, gather around, and they get into a circle, and as you guys are playing with no nuts, and then allegedly he grabs his nuts and looks up like, you see these right here? You see these motherfuckers? Play with some of these. And I'm like, Coach K talking like that? And it's like,
Wait, hold on.
sounds legit.
Does it sound
That
right?
sounds like a Coach K story.
I can look at him and see like if the intensity's not there,
The
if
visual of
focus is
Coach
not
K
there,
in the middle of
I
a bunch of
can
people
see him doing that.
See, but this is the thing y'all got to remember. Like, he's not a choir boy. He's from Chicago.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he's tough. He came from a very mild, modest background. Had to grind for everything he got. So he come from the same place that we come from the dirt, right? So
And that's why he relates to so
that's
many.
why he has that mentality.
Got it out the mud.
You got out the mud. You got to earn everything you want.
Yeah.
Right. So he's been around long enough to know when you're giving it to him.
Yeah.
Or when you're giving it to your teammate. Like,
not.
Are you giving me all you got? Because
Right.
I know the person next to you needs that.
Yeah.
So he also earns a respect because of who he coached before, like the Grant Hills and the Shane Battiers and Jay
Christian
Williams
Laettners,
and Christian
yeah.
Laettners
And even Team USA.
and the list goes on. So when you sign up to go to Duke, you sign up to play against a Carolina. I couldn't wait to be a part of that rivalry. Like, I respect so much about Dean Smith, who recruited me, and the Tar Heels, but I wanted to be a Blue Devil, right? I wanted to play for Coach K, and I wanted that connection, and it worked out. Boo, sorry. And so, like, that's why you sign up to go there, because you want to play against the best players in college basketball to see how you match up against them to get ready for the next step, right? And Coach is a competitor, bro.
Yeah.
He wants to win. He's not out there for shits and giggles. He want to win.
Yeah.
So that's why I know the last game, he wanted to run it back.
Who
wouldn't want to run it back?
Let me keep it a stack with you, Booze. Like, your recruiting class, to me, was like the tether for where Duke culture went, right? Like, before y'all class, Jay Williams, Mike Dunleavy, you know what I'm saying, Chris Duhon, all those guys. Before that class, Duke was preppy, white boy, friggin' soft. Like, you think of Leitner, all these type of stuff. There was something about y'all class and afterwards that landed the Kyrie Irvings, the Jason Tatum, the Zion Williamsons, like the not just great players, but players that are absolutely like game changers in the NBA.
Agreed.
Where, you know, before then, it was, you know, Duke had a type. It felt like, you know what I'm saying? We all saw the Fab Five documentary. We see what Jalen Rose and all those people said about Duke back in the day. Do you think, what do you think that team, that, you know, that core of the freshmen that y'all came in sort of changed the landscape of how people looked at Duke basketball?
Well, I agree with you, right? So, you know, I felt like I didn't go there because of their past. I went there because of Coach.
Like, you didn't go there to change the stereotype. You
No,
went there.
let me get to that.
Okay.
I'm about to talk about that. So when I was being recruited, I was number one player in high school, and I lived in Alaska. I grew up in Alaska. So I had all these coaches, Jim Boeheim and Roy Williams, and all these coaches come up to Alaska in my living room. And they're telling me, you know, you're the best player in the country. We want you. Not those coaches, but other coaches are telling me, which I won't name because I don't want to get no NCAA. You know how y'all are.
I was about to say,
you know how you
I'm about
are.
to say, did they change the rules? I think we okay now. Statute of limitations.
He said, I don't want to do it.
Why my dumb ass looked over like, who you talking about?
Who's y'all?
Not those coaches, but some other coaches that came to my house.
Yeah.
Were like, you can just play basketball for us. We'll give you money. We'll give you a car. We'll give you an apartment. We don't mind you being a dumb jock. Just come play ball for us.
Wow.
That's how I took the message.
Oh, wow.
Like, we don't even want you to be educated.
blue chips.
And I was like, my mom and dad raised me better than that. Coach K came in my living room and said, look, son, you're number one player in high school basketball. We love your game. We think you can help us win games and all that. But you got to earn if you want to start, you got to win it in practice. You're going to be playing with 7 other All-Americans. If you don't go to class, you won't be able to play. Like,
Oh, he was
He gave it
balanced.
to you
It was a
straight.
balance.
He
It was
gave it
like,
to you. He gave it to you.
you gotta do this.
Everything that you want,
You gotta
earn it at Duke.
Gotcha.
And to me, that was like, let's go.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I sat up in
challenge
my chair,
accepted.
like it challenged me
Yeah.
because like to that
Your
point,
competitive nature kicked in already,
because
like-
I grew up I didn't grow up in New York or Chicago or California. I grew up in Alaska,
Right.
so everything basketball wise came very easy to me. Like, the competition wasn't there. So, like, my travel ball, my AAU ball was when I really got the real competition. So when I went back to high school, it was like, this is light work. So when I heard the challenge, I was like, bring it on, let's go. So that was the reason why I went there. Now, when we got there, it's me, it's Jay Will, it's Mike Dunleavy, and it's Casey Sanders. We're all player of the year in our state. Jay Will's from Jersey. He was Gatorade player of the year in
Not to
Jersey.
cut you off, first
St.
one,
Joe's
I-
Metuchen.
St. Joe's,
Bro,
yeah.
I played against Jay Will.
Did you?
He did.
So I went
Cold
to
in high
story
school.
I
before.
went to Southwestern High School.
Cold.
He played at Metuchen.
Yeah.
Nigga lit me up for 48.
Cold. and he played power forward in high school.
Bro, that
said
nigga
he
was
lit me up.
a terror.
Yeah,
I
bro.
was so afraid of that nigga. So,
He played power forward in high school.
Bro,
It was him and 4 other guards. And
Yeah,
like a
bro.
6'5" dude.
I'll play the
And he
power
did
forward.
everything.
Just
Bro.
put me out there, coach.
Jay Will was a beast.
Yeah,
at
problem.
Metuchen. But yeah, go ahead.
So when you get there,
So Jay Will, player of the year in Jersey. Dunleavy, player of the year in Oregon. I'm the player of the year in Alaska. Casey, the player of the year in Florida. We get there, and we see the landscape. You know what I mean? Shane Battier's coming back for his junior year, which we thought he was going pro.
Yeah.
Chris Carroll comes back for his senior year, and then it's a bunch of guys we don't know who they are. So we're like, yo, we got to change the culture. You know, we got to do us. Like, we know what it is here. This is definitely something that's been laid out for many years before we got here. But we got to have our own swag. We got to rock the shorts how we want to rock them. Wear the low cut ankle socks that we wanted to wear because that was our style.
I feel like y'all were the first team to have the black Duke jerseys.
We had the black jerseys, right?
Cold,
we're like, Coach, we got to get black jerseys. He's like, all right, whatever y'all want here. Black jerseys.
When I came out with the black jerseys, I was like, oh, okay, these are cold.
And
like,
the next thing you know, we're recruiting Chris Duhon, who's coming from New Orleans, who's a player of the year in Louisiana. We get him, then Kyrie, then JJ Redick coming from Virginia. And then there's all these people. Then we get Tatum, then we get Paolo, then we get, and now you look at it and it's a whole different markup. You know, like it's, I think part of it is like what the Fab Five did to Michigan. They came in and changed the whole dynamic. Right. Our group came in and changed the dynamic at Duke, and we made Duke look cool to the next generation. And that was one of our things that we were proud of, because without us being there, you don't get Kyrie Irving. Without him seeing another Jersey guy, Jay Will, go there.
There you go.
Right? A lot of these younger guys looked up to Jay Will because he came from Jersey.
Oh, he was the god in Jersey in this area. Like we knew about Jay Williams
100%.
Years before he got.
So like guys like him and that changed, and then Kyrie comes.
Yeah.
So when Kyrie comes, then you got JT from St. Louis is like, And then Zion,
Zion put on a whole different
Imagine if there was NIL with Zion.
Oh my God.
He would have made $100 million at college.
He'd still be there.
He made $100 million. He made $100 million in college.
He's still be there.
Oh my God. One of the most incredible like college shows in sports.
Ever.
Like it's a short list. It's like Zion at Duke, Tebow in Florida, like Vic in Virginia Tech. Like you just had to be there to be like, yo, it was a show. It was a show when this dude was here. So talking about that experience with Duke and just everything, now you got your kids. You got the boys who are, both top 5 in any sort of recruiting system, NBA draft, like they are looking. The NBA is within their sights, and you have a unique, point of view to provide for them. You know what I mean? Not only just being a basketball player, but in the era of you're not necessarily like that far removed from the generation of players that they look up to. Like they go and watch a Dream Team documentary where you're playing with Kobe and Bron and all these people, and these are the guys that they still look up to now. When I'll start from the beginning, and then we'll break it all down with the kids. When did you know that they wanted to take the game extremely seriously? What point was it that for you? Yeah,
Cammy and Cayden. I'll tell you what, their older brother Carmani was always the best player in basketball, always. And he would bully them. He would, put them in the post, fadeaway jump shots, hook shots, great footwork. He always had the softest touch. And then when he was 12, he chose baseball. Wow. He loves baseball. He's 16 right now. He's a junior. Dominican? I mean, we might be. I don't know. Let me get my ancestry in. But he's an awesome, awesome baseball player. And it comes to him so naturally, so he chose baseball. Right. And then Cameron and Cayden kind of took the basketball realm like, let's go. And it's cool because they have each other to kind of
bounce off each other.
Yeah, but also compete with each other. Okay. Right? Like
how far like in age are they?
They're twins.
Oh, okay.
I pulled Cameron out first. I pulled Cayden out second.
Okay.
And shout out to CeCe because she's an amazing mom, does a great job with them. Big shout out to her. So they compete in the household, like the whole brother sibling rivalry thing. Yeah. They got that to a T, but they got incredible chemistry because Cayden plays point guard, so he's setting everybody up, and Cameron plays power forward. Okay. So their chemistry is insane. They throw lobs, they go back door. They got something that nobody else got on the court.
There's a sync that they have.
Yes, that you can't speak of. It's just there. Yeah. I would say I knew they were going to go for it when they were like 12, 13, and they're 15 now, and we went to a tournament. They play EYBL, which is like the travel circuit in the summertime.
Big Nike circuit where all the best players in the country. Yeah.
And they lost in the championship.
Was that the Peace Jam?
No, this is Made.
Okay.
So Made is all middle school.
Okay.
They lost in the championship of Made, and they were crying. They were all pissed. They were angry. They were crying. And I'm like, this stung them deep that they lost it.
What'd you tell them?
I told them, I said, this is going to be a stepping stone in your journey. Like some of your failures will boost your successes so much more.
I know that hurt your heart though.
It did, because I hate seeing my kids sad. But I know the bigger picture because I walked that path already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And so the next year they came back and they won Peach Jam as freshmen. Right? And they won state championship in high school as freshmen, and they won the Peach Jam as freshmen, which never happens. So that's when I was like, yeah, they're going for it. And now they got NBA scouts at every game. They've been recruited by everybody in the country. And
is it a trip though? Because you was the top player in Alaska, Gatorade Player of the Year, all this type of stuff. Now your kids have the potential, especially Cameron, to be even more accomplished than you were as basketball players, which is pretty insane to say. You're a gold medalist, you know what I'm saying? You're an all-star. You've done a lot of things in your career. I mean, as they grow up, as they grow older, like, how much more of a fatherly touch do you put onto them?
A ton.
As far as like the growth in their game.
Yeah, great question, because I walked it, right? Yeah. So like the viewpoint that I have is like nobody else around them, right? Their coach has never been to where I've been to. Their teammates, like I'm the only guy that's been to the NBA, the only guy that's won back-to-back state championships.
Touched everything that they want to touch.
What they want, I've walked it already, right? Yeah. So like when I see even Cameron, even though he's #1 player in the country, I see ways that he can improve. Where everybody else is just like, oh, you're so good. And he is, but he can get better. Of course. Which is the scary part, right? And so like with Cayden and Cameron, both of them are on different journeys. Like Cameron's 6'9", 6'10", and does everything that guards can do. Yeah, he plays defense. He rebounds.
He kind of reminds me of Tatum.
He's a leader. He can shoot. He can handle. He can play inside. He can defend 1 through 5. He's very versatile on both sides of the ball, and he's coachable. Right. Cayden is learning the point guard position. He sets everybody up, and he can score. He's probably the best perimeter defender we got like in the country for a sophomore, and he's becoming so much better at shooting the three, and he's coachable, right? So a lot of the stars that you have nowadays, they can't take criticism. My kids can because they're being coached at home.
And I was going to say because you raised them right. A lot of players are not.
How important is it that your kids are coachable? Because there are a lot of kids that come up as young as they are and feel as though like, well, I'm that guy, and everyone's looking at me this and the third. So how important is it to you that they are taking criticism, they are coachable, they are, open to receive, critiques? How important is that to you?
That's a big deal because, so many, and this is a huge difference. And I have these conversations with NBA scouts all the time. A lot of the millennials have a hard time taking criticism.
Right.
They think they're the best player since MJ. Which even MJ was coachable.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe was coachable. LeBron is coachable. These guys are coachable. That's why they got better. So imagine if you take a talented kid who wants to get better, then there's no limit to them. And so we've had these conversations at home. Me and their mom, CeCe, have had these talks with the boys, and they've embraced that because they want to get better. Cameron wants to be the best player there ever was. And that's his mission. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which
you got him
crazy.
Or Bronny?
I'm taking my son.
I was about to ask.
He already beat Bronny.
You got him or Bronny?
He already beat Bronny
already. At the hoop hall.
So let's talk about that, man.
He's a senior and we sophomores.
He's a senior.
Let's go.
Shout out Sierra Canyon, I guess, Bronny James. I think they just had like a mock draft list come out the other day.
He's very good, by the way.
And they have Bronny James as a projected top 10.
Bronny's very good.
Not doubting it. I'm just saying, your kid or Bronny?
I'm taking my son.
As you should.
I gotta ask you, man. I mean, obviously you and LeBron were teammates for however brief, you know what I'm saying? You guys worked together on the Dream Team documentary, the Redeem Team, and obviously you both have highly ranked, highly, prized, not even rookies, but prized recruits around the country, and Bronny James and both of your kids. What are conversations with Braun like? Have you had any conversations about just
we haven't
this journey about like raising the
I want to know if it's like who John Morant dad be beefing with?
Everybody.
No, the other dad. No, the other dad.
No?
It was like last year he was beefing with another dad about when they was in the playoffs.
I forget.
I saw that. I don't remember who it was.
He was beefing with somebody else's dad. I think it might have been Zion's dad.
It might have been.
It was somebody's dad and John Morant's dad.
I can't remember.
He's over here breaking records. I haven't got a chance to talk to him about the kids yet. You know what I mean?
He's a little tied up.
He's a little busy right now.
I just be feeling like, are y'all that on the sideline?
But it is cool when you think about, like, for example, LeBron's son is dominating his senior year.
Yes, yes.
Looking like a top 10 pick in two drafts from now, 24. DeJuan Wagner's son, DJ Wagner.
Yes.
Me and Wani
Another
got
Jersey legend.
Yeah,
Cam,
me
yeah,
and
shout out to
Wani
Camden.
got drafted together in Cleveland our rookie year. We played our rookie years
I
together.
remember 02, yeah.
And his son is going to Kentucky, maybe the top senior in the country. So it's awesome to be able to see like players from my generation that I'm close to, and their sons are
The
excelling at the
lineage is
same time.
always so important.
Yeah.
It's always just like, this is
The
what-
bloodline.
The bloodline.
The
This
legacy.
is what we played for. This is
Yeah.
what we, sacrifice, or our sons or our daughters, or whatever the case is, can follow in our footsteps, can be, do better.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to point on when you brought up Cammy having a chance to do more than me. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Let me pay it forward so you can do it better than me.
Yes.
And they're both way better than I was at 15. I was not that skilled doing step back threes and handles. Like I wasn't doing all that. So it's impressive to me, and I'm happy. I'm proud of that.
So let me ask you that, man, because I always see, there's always the debates about like 90s basketball and all these people. But I always just believe, just from the sheer advent of technology, we're just more. We could just soak in more basketball now.
Yeah.
So 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds are doing step backs, are doing advanced basketball moves that people back in the day didn't really learn until they're like 20, 25. Yeah. So just as far as like, being somebody who was a successful prep star and just seeing the prep landscape now, even with NIL, even with the ability that so many people know who your son is and he hasn't even stepped foot on a college campus, pro, nothing like that. As somebody who's seen it all, from that point of view, what is it like seeing your children kind of absorb basketball culture right now and be at the forefront of it?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I didn't grow up with this. Like, there wasn't these platforms when I was a kid. There wasn't social media. There wasn't all these cameras at my games, and they have that. And me and CeCe as parents are trying to help them navigate through with as limited amount of distractions as possible.
Do you care where they go to college?
No, I want them to do what's best for them. My path was Duke, and that was great for me. Yeah. I want them to go where they're loved. Like,
I know
go
some
where you're
dads
loved.
that are like, I want you to do what I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they didn't even play basketball, would you care?
No, I want them to be their own men. Yeah. I want my daughter to be her own woman. I want them to be able to, walk the path of life that they want to walk for themselves, because we all got to choose our own path. Your dad may want something for you. Your mom may want something for you. But I wanted something, like my mom and dad wanted me to go to UCLA. And I was like,
how different would your life have been if you was a Bruin?
Well, my whole travel team went to UCLA.
Yeah.
Like Ray Young,
and Alaska's
UCLA.
kind of,
Matt Barnes, UCLA. Capono, UCLA. Baron Davis. All these guys were on my travel team, my AAU basketball team, and they all went to UCLA. But when I went on my visit, I'm like, this is not me. This is a big, it's like a big city.
You named like 5 like super LA dudes.
Pros.
Yeah.
Matt Barnes, I'm like, yeah.
They're
That's
legends.
all Cali. They didn't want to leave.
But for them, that was for them.
It was for them.
But it wasn't for me. And so I think when you pick a college, you got to pick it for you.
Yeah.
That's literally your second home.
Yeah.
Like, you got to live, breathe, eat, shit, cry. Like, you got to grow. Like, bro, that's where you got to just sit for the next 4 to 5 years.
He was crying that.
The way I tell my kids is like, it's like picking your girlfriend, man.
Yeah.
But let me hit you with it, though. Let me hit you with it. So you want to pick a girl that's crazy about you.
Yes.
You want to pick a college that's crazy about you.
Okay.
You want to pick a girl that's gonna walk through the fire with you.
Right.
You want to pick a college
coach
that's gonna help you through the tough times.
Yes.
Because your freshman year is like, oh my God, it's a big campus, and I got one class over here and one class over there, and dang, she look good over there. And you got to be able to manage. You got to be able to manage your athletics, your books, and your social life.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to be able to pick a coach that's going to walk through your ups and downs, because it ain't going to be all roses. We all know that because we lived it already.
Of course.
They haven't been there yet. So I tell my kids, like, make sure, like, it doesn't have to be Duke. It could be wherever you want it to be. But make sure you pick a school that's going to ride with you through the tough times, that's crazy about you, that got your back, because that's a school
that loves you for who you
for
are.
you, right? Because ultimately, you'll enjoy your college experience that much more if you know you got the person next to you, the coach next to you, the organization next to you that fucks with you.
Yeah.
And so I have a bunch of friends of mine that didn't do what I did, that went where everybody else went, to the UCLA or to the St. John's or to the UConn, and they didn't have a good college experience because they didn't pick it for them. They picked it because, their dad wanted them to go there or their best friend went there. I picked school for me. Duke was for me. And I'm happy with my choice. I want my kids to pick it for them. So when they look back 20 years later, they're happy with their choice.
I think the biggest variable in all of this is NIL, right?
It changes the game.
It changed the game completely. Like, your kids have enough notoriety where they can make a good amount of money as high school players if they choose to, you know what I'm saying? And these big brands can come up to them, and as they get older, as they become closer to making their college decision or their pro decision, all these things are going to get ramped up. You know what I'm saying? You can prepare them for a lot of things. It's hard to prepare them for that. So what have you talked to them about? This whole thing?
The one blessing that we have is that I've been very successful.
Yeah.
And
so money hasn't changed.
No.
Right.
And because it hasn't changed me. Like I got the same heart that I had when I was broke and didn't have anything. And even though, like I tell them straight up, like,
We still eat slices, bro. We still go to Joe's Pizza. Don't play with
facts.
us. Yeah.
Big fact. I still bang Joe.
We still go get slices, all right?
I mean, it's pizza.
Yeah, but it's bomb.
Yeah, but it's
But I'm saying, some people
My nigga,
like
like, we still eat like the
I'm
shit that we
saying,
eat.
some people
Especially
don't
at
like
3
to
in the
get up.
morning. Bomb.
Bro, like, being with her, yeah, especially at 3 in the morning.
Some people don't like to get out the car and get a slice.
Nah, bro. Like, we
But
good with
what
that.
what I tell them is, like, just be who you are. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are beautiful kids. You've been raised by good parents. You know right from wrong. Everybody got to make their own choice, and everybody has the right to make their own choice. But be a good person. Like, that's the biggest thing to me. Is I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're successful at basketball or if you don't even play basketball. You got to be a good fucking person.
Yeah.
And so we drilled that in their head when they were young. So now it's they're great kids.
And I want to ask you, just outside of basketball, and you mentioned this earlier, that when you go to school, you have your father,
Yeah.
the most pivotal figure in your life. But then when you go to, college and you went to Duke, Coach K kind of, filled that void when he could.
Yeah.
And tell me the role of the mentality that you have now that Coach K kind of helped you shift in regards to, like, fatherhood, in regards to being a man, in regards to just, handling shit.
Yeah, one of the biggest things or lessons I learned from Coach K is something that we call next play, right? And I'll break it down. So in basketball or sports, you could say the game is on the line, you're down by 1, and you miss both free throws, right? And you're like, damn, I just let my team down. But guess what? There's 45 seconds left in the game. So you can make another play.
Gotcha.
Right? So next play. So you miss these. It's easy. Human nature is going to tell us to get down and be sad and be disappointed, whatever, with ourselves. But there's more time on the clock. So maybe something can happen. Maybe you get a steal, and maybe Jay Will makes the shot, and you win the game, or whatever. So we have a thing I do called next play. That's what Coach K taught us. In life, it's very similar. Rosy's good friends with my ex-wife, Nika. We're best friends. We're very close. But divorce is still a motherfucker. I don't care if you're best friends or not.
Yeah.
Divorce is tough. I got divorced to one of my best friends, Nika. But there's the next play ahead. We decided to still be close. Co-parent.
That was never going to change.
Yeah, that wasn't going. But you never know.
True.
And we decided to still stay close. Our divorce was very easily done. We co-parent our daughter Bloom very easy. There was a next play in life, right? So to answer your question, that's probably the biggest thing that he taught us that applies to our sport and basketball, that you can also play in life.
Right.
That, you may hit a roadblock, you may stumble, but you can get back up, and there's something else positive that can happen after that. And that would be one of the biggest things as a father figure in my life that Coach K taught us, that it's not always going to go your way.
Right.
Doesn't mean the story's over, because guess who's got the pen?
You.
You do.
And I'm sure you taught
My kids the same thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so to lighten the mood.
I didn't mean to go so deep on y'all.
No, I love
that's
it.
what it is.
I love
First of all, I love it.
Let's
Talk
get
your
to the shit.
shit.
Like, I ain't never gonna talk
Talk your
to
shit,
a
but
Dookie about
I want
that
to
was
do
so close
some
to
funny
Coach K.
shit because it's my guy. I want to do the funny shit, right?
Okay.
So you've been a professional athlete all your life.
True.
So, you drink a lot of Pedialyte, Gatorade. Which one is
Yeah.
it?
Gatorade for me.
All right. What's your favorite flavor?
I would say I like the icy a lot now that they made it clear. It's pretty dope. I do. I
like
also
the original flavors.
But I mean, And then they also got I can't remember the purple one name.
That's all you need to know. It's the purple one.
My whole
That's all
house.
you need to know.
Because that's
the purple one.
all my
the
sons
blue,
like the purple one, so
All
my
right,
whole
so
house is purple.
Do you think if we did a fake test right now, if me and you
What's a
just
fake test? Do a
like
test?
we're gonna just
Taste
try
test?
it, yeah,
Yeah.
and figure out which color is which.
Yeah.
Bring
You
on
can
the
figure it out.
Gatorade.
All right, let's
So
do
a few
it.
weeks ago,
100%.
Jake, if you may,
easy, bro.
100%.
a few
No,
weeks
I think I
ago.
could-
Lime, fruit punch.
Exactly.
Like, let's go.
Sorry.
Come on. Oh, yeah.
But here's
Come on.
the thing.
It
Here's
goes
the
by
thing.
colors.
Here's the thing. So a few weeks ago,
Think I put the
we
hat
were, oh, this is perfect.
Hey, hold
Yeah,
on,
just
hold on.
throw-
And shout out to
One time for Bumble.
shout out to Carlos. Barber.
Oh, yeah, best barber in the world.
in the world.
You remember that?
He's bald, bro. Talking about his barber's the
about
best
the
one in the
beard.
world.
It's
I
about the
said,
beard.
Yeah, my
Carlos
barber.
about
told
the
me one
beard.
time he had the best barber. I said, "You're bald."
What does that mean? What does that mean?
How
was
is
my
he the
beard.
best barber?
Because he shaves his shit off and he lines
I
his
My
can't
shit
do
up.
that.
beard.
No, you
The
can't.
beard
You can't
game is
line
How
up.
is
crazy.
he the best
can't line niggas
barber?
up.
Because he did my beard. The beard is hard.
Dog.
Thank you, bro.
It's not easy.
Man, this
know how-
bald
do you
talking
know how
about
to
my
do the
barber the
razor?
best one
I
in
can
the
do
world.
my own bald
You
head.
got-
It's
yeah,
hard to do the
but-
beard. It's hard.
Beard is
Hard.
All right, man. Let's do this taste
It's an
test.
art. It's an art.
Bro, during
Guys,
the pandemic.
Oh, we got. What's the hat
Let's
for?
put the hats on.
blindfold.
Put the
So
hat
here's the
on.
thing. A few
Yeah.
weeks ago, we had an episode of Say Less, right? Where we were just talking about
Gatorade.
how can not just flavors of
Flavors.
Gatorade, but you should be able to taste colors. Like I know what blue tastes like. Like Lo
Wait,
asked
wait,
me,
don't show it, don't
what does
And they couldn't give me an
Arctic
answer.
taste like? I'm like, it tastes like blue.
What
do you
is
mean?
blue- what does blue taste like?
It tastes
Bro,
like
like,
blue.
what is
blue?
Cool
What does it
blue.
taste like?
Blue
Tastes
to me
like-
would probably be grape.
There you go. But see, you don't know.
What?
So we have
Could be blue.
So,
All right,
does,
so-
does purple Gatorade taste like grape?
No, it tastes like purple.
Tastes like purple.
It tastes like purple.
What is-
I don't like that you're putting it in the cup because it changes the flavor when you
it
take it out.
doesn't,
bro.
All
No,
right,
it
man. The
doesn't.
bottle is the bottle for
Where
me.
your hat?
All right, hold on.
I'm not doing it because
All right,
I
y'all
already
giving
know.
us the same color at the same time, right?
right,
We're going to have to
so-
figure it out. All right,
You
let's
gotta
go.
put it in my hand because I ain't gonna
The
let
the wonderful Jake is gonna be here. Guys, put your headphones on. I'll guide you all through this process. Jake is gonna hand a color. Now,
the first
Jake, if you
color?
could come here and just whisper in
we
my
both
ear
got
which
the same
colors.
color?
Oh, yeah, we got the same
Is it
color.
the same color?
We're going to figure it out together, dog. You ready? Let me know when you're ready to
Yeah,
sit.
not
I
yet,
can
not
see
yet,
it. Yeah,
not
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
All right, so y'all. Okay, so
All right.
Okay.
we know.
Yeah.
We know what the color is.
I can smell
All right,
it.
don't
I smell
smell
the
it.
color.
Shut up.
All right.
So this is the first color. Rosy and Booze are doing the Gatorade color taste
Yes.
challenge. Let's go. Sip.
Can we taste it?
Now,
Sip.
guys,
Go ahead.
when you answer, you must answer a color, not a flavor.
I
Answer
haven't,
color. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I haven't sipped yet. Hold on.
Oh,
I know which one this is.
Okay.
All right.
What it tastes
All
like?
right, Rosie, you go
It's
first.
gotta be orange.
This tastes like orange.
It's gotta be orange.
Tastes like a Tic Tac.
Easy.
I
Okay.
don't like
all
it.
right. Orange.
All
Orange.
right, so y'all
gotta be
both,
orange.
all right, so y'all both 1 for 1.
Of all the flavors, that taste like colors, orange is the easiest.
Yeah, but it's so distinct.
It's very distinct.
Yeah.
Orange, orange is orange is
smell it.
orange.
All right, don't smell. All right, this.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
smell,
man.
You over here
Don't
cheating.
smell. Yeah,
You
don't
can smell the color,
No,
bro.
you can't.
All right, keep your hand out. Keep your hand out. Keep your hand out. It's there. Okay, there's one.
Hold it.
Okay.
Don't smell it and don't touch it yet.
Okay. We're gonna go up in
I can't smell it.
difficulty.
No, you can't smell.
It's just a swig.
No.
Let
I'm
it
not.
swirl around in your mouth
All
and
right,
then
all right. Let us
color.
know. Let us know. Ready?
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't
This is
say
my
it.
favorite one.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
Okay, light work, light
What is
work.
that? All right, so all right, at the same time.
You
what is
ready,
it?
Booze?
That's blue.
Cool blue, though.
Oh, that's cool blue.
That's cool
Okay.
blue.
100% blue.
All right, okay. You don't have to drink the whole thing.
No, she can't see you.
It's my favorite one.
You're reaching out. She can't see you. Just get closer. There you go. All right.
Why are my eyes closed and I'm blind?
But that's also one of the best ones, though.
That's the best one.
Yeah, it's one of the best
That motherfucker not just blue. He's cool.
Now we're gonna get a little bit more difficult. Okay, here we go.
All right, it's the next flavor of Booze.
Now you're gonna describe the flavor. Describe it like it's a wine. Like
Okay.
it's a good.
Hold on, so you
know,
gotta Booze. You gotta swirl it.
You gotta let it swirl a little
Ready?
bit. You know what I
All
mean?
right, great. Take your
Might spill it though.
No, there you go. Okay.
Ew, I smell it. I know what this is.
That's lime yellow.
Okay.
That's that neon
That's that
lime
lime
yellow.
yellow, right?
Asking a professional basketball player to guess Gatorade.
I mean, I
colors
bang Gatorade.
seems pretty easy, right?
And I'm a fucking alcoholic, so
So
I
you
bang
can
it every
mainline
day.
that shit basically.
I'm saying it's easy as fuck to find these fucking flavors.
All right, now last but certainly not
It's
least,
also Gatorade, which is like the Nike of sport drinks.
it's like well, it's very easy to guess.
You know what? I've been into Pedialyte more than Gatorade lately.
It hydrates you better, they say.
Just saying.
Gatorade has more sugar than
That's
Pedialyte.
the thirst quencher of alcoholics.
Take your
Pedialyte.
last sip.
Oh, I know what this is.
Well, you got to. It's the last one.
It's the flavor of flavor.
That's
Red.
fruit punch.
I mean,
Red.
come on, man. Come on, man.
Punch.
Red fruit punch.
That's the cherry blow pop.
Asking an NBA player, a former NBA player, the colors of Gatorade. It's like asking Rick Ross
But I
to
don't play.
taste some
I don't
weight.
play in the league.
All right, so now we're gonna do bamboo, and I think me and Cash, you blindfolded.
Wait, we're doing bamboo.
Yeah, I never drank that.
For what? What are we doing?
Oh, wait.
We're gonna do a taste
Oh,
test.
this is bamboo.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, I know we're doing a taste test. We're doing a taste test?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta do like.
Good job. I see you, Gatorade.
I mean,
I see you.
I drink.
Boozer and Rosy did them. Now me and Cash gonna do ours.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, let's do it. I got y'all.
Let's get a little swig. Well, while we're getting this swig, let me just ask you.
By the way, I
few...
destroyed this, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
That means another one is coming.
I was actually hoping if I could do it. Rose, where you
It's actually
going?
really good, though. It's actually really good, though.
You got Jake.
Bro, that
Sit down, man.
shit
Film it.
is
Really
woman.
good,
That shit is fire.
That's what Jake's here for.
But we gotta also understand, guys, that we drink Gatorade a lot as athletes.
I
A
drink
lot.
Gatorade every day.
Yeah,
I
like,
drink
so
Gatorade
it's-
every day.
I drink Gatorade.
It'd be
with
hard
my
to fool
lunch.
us with Gatorade.
Yeah, you're not gonna fool me with the orange.
You might
or
get me with the cognacs.
So growing
Yeah,
up,
yeah, maybe.
I tried different like colors of Gatorade.
Okay.
But in my adulthood, it's only been Cool Blue.
Yeah. My kids love purple.
That's
My
just
whole house is
nasty.
full of purple.
I think it's a
Why?
All three of them like purple.
That's crazy.
I think it's a disservice to Gatorade when you have
I don't
cool
like the-
blue
the
and
new colors
purples.
either.
Yeah,
The new
blue.
colors is stupid.
Too cool.
Cool Blue is an original color.
Well, it's fire when it's just clear and it tastes like purple, though. Have you tried that? It's
I
crazy.
tried that.
I don't
one.
want to try.
It's
it.
crazy.
It's like
I don't want to.
glacier.
I don't want to
Like,
go
yeah,
there.
It's unbelievable.
The frosted
Baby, some of that
glacier.
shit
I
in
don't
my
want to
belly. I'm
go
like,
there.
what
Did you ever try that?
I don't want it.
It's unbelievable.
Nah,
All right,
no, it's
let's
actually
try
kinda
this.
fire.
All right, so what's the why are we doing a taste test? What's
This
the
is all
taste test?
bamboo.
It's all bumbo.
Okay.
Me and Cash. Me and Cash.
can't see it. Can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's different flavors of bamboo.
There's 3 of them.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So.
Blindfold yourself.
You blindfold yourself and you tell us what you taste.
Okay.
Okay,
What type of flavors do you use?
I got you.
I got
All
it.
right, Lo,
I got
you
it.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You got
You
your
ready,
cup?
guys?
All right,
let's go.
see.
Are they picking colors, though?
No, it's the 3 bottles right here.
Oh,
So
right.
it's the original, the XO, or the cream.
Which one is that?
Wait.
This the white bottle. This the white bottle.
Is that the white bottle?
This is the white bottle.
It gives a little hint of cream, a hint of. Wait.
This is the white bottle, right?
I like how you taking his time.
Gotta let it swirl. You gotta.
You letting it savor.
I could taste some berries in there
savor for a
too.
minute.
It's like I'm gonna go with cream. Is this the cream flavor?
Absolutely the fuck not.
No.
Wait. What flavor is this? What bottle is this?
Oh, this is the original.
This the original?
This is the Lowski bottle.
Oh.
Wait,
I
this
love
is the brown, like the clear brown bottle?
Yeah, you know there's three bottles
Wait,
and they all look
really?
like us. There's a cast, there's a Rosy, there's a low bottle.
Yes.
This is the low bottle.
Yo.
I've been drinking the black bottle for like the last. Okay,
Yo.
that was my
Next
fault.
one.
That's crazy.
Okay, next one. All right.
Alright,
Thank you guys.
Somebody
I'm
take
done.
this. Somebody take this. All right.
Okay.
This is horrible. As we're sponsored by Bumble, we don't know what.
Well,
the,
now we know.
All right.
Next bottle. Which bottle is
Which
this?
one did you put in my drink, though?
I put the first
Okay,
one in
okay,
your
okay.
drink.
All right. Ready?
Which
You
bottle
ready?
is this?
All right, go ahead.
All right. Gotta
Is
give
this
it a little.
Kaz,
this
Low,
is
or
XO.
Rosy?
This is XO. I can know.
Well, the low is gone.
It's EXO. This is the one I drink.
This
This
is
is the
this
black
is
bottle.
Kaz's
Yeah.
bottle.
This is the black bottle.
This is the
Yeah.
That's racist as hell.
This is my favorite.
And I'm blindfolded and I'm already pointing at you. This is racist as shit.
The racism seeped through the
The
blindfold
racism,
just now.
it seeped through the
I'm the white bottle. What
dark
the
skin bottle?
fuck?
Go
The
to
dark skin bottle?
The dark
All right,
skin
cool.
bottle.
All right.
What flavors do you guys taste? What flavors?
Okay.
What
I
flavor?
Taste,
What do you
I
taste?
taste like a dark cherry, not a dark
See?
cherry.
Dark
but
bottle.
Much more of a Wait, hold on.
I taste
said
black.
dark cherry?
No, I taste.
It's giving me notes of.
Right.
I taste Black History Month.
Wow.
Word? All right.
That's what I taste.
That's detailed.
That is very.
That's very
detailed.
detailed.
I
respect
taste
that.
rich. I taste legacy.
It's got a
taste-
smokiness to it. A
I
nice
taste
smokiness. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
taste sarcasm.
He said I taste sarcasm.
I taste.
What does that taste
I
like?
taste athleticism. I taste rap.
Oof.
I'm joking.
All right.
This is good. No, this is good. All right, here you go. No, I'm good. Okay.
That XO always hit me, give
Hey,
me
but
with the
this
Martins,
Wheezy's,
remember?
right?
Yeah, this Wheezy's
Fire.
right. So
That's fire.
it tastes like six
Greatness.
Carters.
It tastes like greatness.
It tastes like six Carters, yo.
6 Carters. I like that.
Shout out Sovereign Brands.
All right, last one up.
Last
I mean,
one up.
yeah.
I mean, I can smell. I mean, you know, it's out of 3.
Damn, we gotta drink the last one off of.
That's the Rosy
Oh
ball.
yeah, now that's creamy.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
How y'all fuck that up?
creamy is the white bottle?
That's like the Bailey's, like the sugar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the white one.
Like this tastes like if you put some motherfucking.
This tastes like the
Strawberry.
Yeah, like
Coquito?
Coquito. Oh, Coquito.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Coquito.
Take your hat off, bro.
Shout out to Madison for setting this up.
Good shout out, Madison.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Oh my goodness.
Yo,
Nah, we
Bulls,
killed the
before-
Gatorade challenge, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Before you get out of here,
Yeah.
because you're in this space now, and because a lot of athletes are doing this, the JJ Redicks, you know, the Draymonds, Tristan Thompson, like getting into that talking head analysis space. And because a lot of athletes are very sensitive about how you speak on them and their game and their just demeanor and everything, how do you approach talking about peers?
Yeah.
People that you're cool with, have played with. How do you approach that analysis from that standpoint? Because it's not easy. You don't want to offend anybody, but you also have to do your job.
Yeah, it's interesting because I never thought I was going to be on this side of the table.
Right.
You know, ESPN had called me when I retired and wanted me to do a playoff game, and I was like, sure, I'll come do a playoff game, and it was cool. You know, you're in the arena, you're watching the game, we're just talking about what you see, and I guess they liked me and they gave me a contract. So I was like, cool. But to answer your question, I think part of it is the guys respect you because you played it at a high level, and because of that, when I come to them, I'm like, if I'm critiquing somebody, they know it's just me being real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to. I would never try to ruin somebody's reputation or ruin somebody's career, but in the same time, if I'm asking you, like, yo, because I've been there, like, you know, you're going through a slump right now. You know, what are you doing to get out of it? I had slumps, plenty of slumps, and I had to get out of it too. They know that, so. I don't think most of the guys I interview get offended because they respect my resume. Either they've played against me, played with me, or they watched me play. And so because I'm in that, I'm like, to your point, I'm not that far removed from the current players. I don't get a lot of backlash. They're like, you know, that's OG, that's Big Boo's. Like, you know, we respect him because of what he accomplished. He just got done playing with us 5 years ago. And I try to word my questions in a way like, man, I've been there before. You know, what's it feel like to, you know, to miss that possible game-winning shot? I've been there before. I missed one against Houston. I hit them with questions where I put myself in the same shoe as them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I played so many games.
Because you've been there.
I've probably been in the same situation.
Gotcha.
Or I was with Cole when he took the shot. Or I was with D Rose when he took the shot.
saw it. You
I
were
I
right
was
there. Yeah.
So I try to word my questions in a relatable fashion so they don't feel like I'm attacking them. And I think a lot of people in the media, they don't do that. I remember being interviewed by people and I felt like I'm getting attacked. Like, damn, did you ever play the game? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. It's like, you know, when I look at Shannon Sharp, you know, 3-time, you know, Super Bowl winner,
One of the
you know,
greats.
Hall of Fame, MVP, but then he's sitting across the desk from Skip Bayless, who's never touched a court, a basketball, you know, football field, anything.
Yeah.
But he, you know, he has the knowledge. Stephen A. Smith has that knowledge.
Yeah.
Nick Wright has that knowledge.
Yeah.
But it's just like their critiques come so hard. But then I look at someone like Kendrick Perkins,
Yeah.
who's been on the court,
Played
been
it.
in those situations, that does kind of lean in a little too hard. So that's why I always, you know, I always think, you know, guys like you who've done it, who've won it, who've experienced it, how do you approach it and how, you know, you have to do your job.
Yeah.
But it's like, and sometimes you got to ask those hard questions.
Yeah.
And that's why I was always curious about those things.
I think it's important to ask the hard questions, but in a way where the player or whoever you're interviewing feels like you're not attacking them. That's why I always try to put like game one against Houston, I was horrible. I had 11 points and I shot like 5 for 21. And I came back. I got in the lab the night before. I came back and I had 41 in game two.
Nice.
What are you going to do to bounce back for game two? I hit him with like that kind of story before I asked the question.
Gotcha.
So they're like, okay, Boo's been there.
Yeah.
Man, I had a fucked up game one.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for game two.
Right.
And that way, you know, Stephen A. Smith can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it seems harsher You know what I mean? Or Nick Wright hasn't done, so it seems harsher.
Yeah.
But if you look at the best interviewers, like you watch Shaq or you watch some of the
I
guys
love
that
Shaq.
been Jalen
Barkley,
Rose or
yeah.
Barkley,
Kenny Smith,
these
yeah,
guys,
all those,
they word it in a way where the player doesn't feel offended.
Yeah.
I think that's important because not only one, you want to get the question answered, but you want to be able to answer him down the line in 2 weeks when he's in the finals.
Yeah.
So they take your interview.
Yeah.
Right? Because some of these Giannis and Tatum and Steph, these guys are going to be around for a long time. Luka going to be doing it for. So if you offend them early, you ain't never get it.
They're gonna, you know,
the guard's gonna be up.
You said Boo's asked for an interview? Nah, I ain't doing it. You know what I mean?
The guard's gonna be up immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's incredible. Last question I'm gonna ask before you get out of here. You have one of the most legendary NBA stories I've ever heard. It is when
He like, which one?
Like, which one?
it has to do with Prince.
Oh,
Wait, did I
We
hear this
love this. Oh, you haven't heard this
No,
story?
I don't know if I heard this one.
You've never heard this
I
story?
heard it.
No.
Funny, like, I don't know if I heard this one.
I got you.
So, Booze,
I got you.
take it away.
So,
Send it off right.
I'm very, very fortunate. I played really well my first 2 years in the league, and I got a nice contract from the Jazz.
Okay.
And the first thing I did after buying my parents a crib was I bought myself a crib.
Okay.
And that was out in L.A. It was in Beverly Hills and Bel Air, and it was owned by one of the Interscope record owners.
Okay.
18,000 square feet. It was in Bel Air. It was like 10,
Not Ivy, not Jimmy Iovine.
No, not Ivy.
Okay.
Different guy.
All right.
18,000 square feet, had like 10 bedrooms, a bunch of bathrooms, big guest house,
Bunch
right?
of bathrooms, like a
So-
shit all day. Sorry.
I go in there, we buy the crib, decorate the whole crib. But I play for the Utah Jazz now because they, obviously they gave me the contract. So summer's over, and I go to Utah. My realtor, Roxanne Nelson, shout out to Roxanne, kept blowing me up and was like, yo, someone wants to rent your house. I said, Rox, I'm not renting my house out. I've barely been there. I've been there for like 2 months. Not rent my house out. So I kept saying no. Maybe like the fourth or fifth time she
And she's
asked
not
me.
telling you the entire time she's asking.
She doesn't even know who it is yet.
Okay.
So the realtor is representing her client and reaching out to her.
Gotcha.
So she hits me like the fourth or fifth time, and she's like, the client will spend $100,000 a month for a year.
Damn.
I said, oh, so 1.2.
A max quick.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I'm
Quick,
20,
boy.
I'm 22 years old, so I don't
right,
even know that was the market for that. I didn't even know.
That was a
Right.
thing.
This is all new to me. It's,
Right, of course.
New money. I don't
Right.
even know what this
New
looks
experience,
like.
new money,
New
yeah.
experience.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, well, yeah, I read that motherfucker out. I got to be in Utah for 8 months anyway.
Right.
So
The
All
fuck?
right, take it.
yeah, so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I fly out to do the contract, and this is before like, what's the thing on the phone? DocuSign.
DocuSign,
There was
all
none of
that
that. This is back in like 2004. So
Right.
there's like none of that. Show up in person.
Show up at
You gotta pull up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I gotta fax it to
We
you,
gotta
yeah.
meet in person. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a fax machine.
Right, that's what
For
it
y'all
was.
young kids that know what a fax machine is, hit Google, type in fax machine.
Yeah.
So I fly out there. I'm at the crib. Limo pulls up. Prince walks out. And I'm like, yo, Rox, is that Prince? What the f? Is that Prince right there? Because I'm like, oh. Because we didn't know.
What is he wearing?
He had a black jacket on, kind of like my man right here. He
Shout out Swerve in the building.
Swagged out. And he had
Leather pants.
Tight pants. They weren't leather. They were like jeans, though.
Okay.
And he had like some high heels.
Yes,
And I was like,
Prince.
whoa.
So you're looking
But
at him like, yo, I'm like,
How was
yo,
his
is
hair?
that?
How was his
He
hair?
had a hat on. I'm still
you're like,
kind of
is that
shook.
him?
Because I'm like, and he had sunglasses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, is that Prince right there? Is that Prince right there? Yeah, that's Prince. So I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Because it was in a company name. It wasn't in his name.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm making the story longer, but it's Prince. So we walk around the crib. He's a huge basketball fan. On top of the house, I had a basketball court. So we were up there shooting. He's talking about Minnesota. He grew up in Minnesota. He's talking about Kevin Garnett. He's a huge KG fan. And I'm like, yeah, he busts my ass all the time. He's great. You know what I mean? And so, signed the contract.
Is he putting up like jumpers?
He can shoot though. He's little, but he can.
He's nice.
He had a
He's
nice
special.
shot, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he
I'm
actually
real.
really had a good jump shot. So then, finish like give him the keys, whatever. I leave. I want to say like 4 months go by. I tear my hamstring. I fly back out to LA. The best physical therapist PT name is Judy Cito, who now works for the Lakers. Kobe snagged her up right away. She's a phenomenal physical therapist. So I fly out to LA to see Judy. And I'm like, let me stop by the house and just, check out things. So I pull up to the crib. I had a big gate, 2 gold lions on the gate. I pull up to the gate, and I'm like, there's this symbol. What the fuck is that? I didn't know he changed. I didn't know he changed. I didn't know what the fuck the symbol was. So this is like 2004.
I knew he was gonna say that. Like he pulled up to the gate and it's the Prince symbol. He's like, what the fuck?
I didn't know what that was.
Like,
2004, so I don't know what this is.
Okay.
So I'm thinking to myself, I'm at the wrong address. Because you got to remember, like I bought it and I only been there for like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, so you're like, yo,
So
did I put this?
So I drive back up the street. I come back down the street. And I'm like, all right, let me just try to put the code. I put the code in, the code worked, and door opened up. So I'm like, all right, this is weird. So I'm already like a little, not that agitated, but a little like,
What the fuck,
So I
Prince?
pull up to it's like a long driveway.
Yeah.
And there's like these big stairs. He dropped this purple carpet with the same logo over the stair, outdoor, over the stairs.
Oh
So
my
now
God.
you're just like, yo,
I'm
what
like,
the
whoa.
fuck is going on?
Whoa. Then I walk in. Now, mind you, my ex-wife CeCe had decorated the entire crib.
Yeah.
18,000 square feet. She brought in like beige carpets from Italy and all this, you know.
He took
The
all
works,
that shit out.
the works, the
right?
works, the works.
I walk in, there's black carpet, purple carpet, and let me tell you what he did.
That sign.
Yeah, so he literally took everything out of an 18,000 square foot house, put it in storage, down to the forks.
Jesus.
Okay, redecorated the entire house. Okay, on top of spending $100,000 a month on the crib.
It's Prince,
Adding
baby.
that expense in the
Yeah.
redecoration.
Then
It's
he,
Prince.
like I had a weight room. We turned the weight room into like a disco ball, like nightclub, DJ booth. Which is actually kind of fire. I never had that before. It was kind of tough. Kind of tough. And then he had like some of the guest rooms. He turned into like a beauty salon with the hair thing. You know, y'all be doing the hair thing. Massage parlor in one room. And so I'm at this point I'm livid. There's pictures of him all over the fucking place. I'm like, dude. I mean, you handsome, but goddamn. You know? So I called him immediately. I'm like, yo, Prince.
Imagine being able to say, yo,
Prince.
I'm at the house. Like, it doesn't look the same. Can you call me back?
Yeah.
So that conversation, me to his answer machine, goes on for like a good, I don't know, 2 months, maybe a month
But
and a half.
you're just like repeatedly calling
I'm
his answer.
calling, but I'm not getting him.
So you're just leaving paragraphs on his answer machine.
Nah, I'm short with my shit. So I'm like, hey, Princess Booze, call me back.
Okay.
I'm like that.
Okay.
Anybody
But,
there?
but I'm sure he was going. He was going to fix
but it
it
was like,
back.
but it was 2 months of that.
It's like
It's
6
Prince.
weeks
I'm
now.
sure he was
Okay,
going.
6
So
weeks of that.
then,
Good
out of
shit.
nowhere, I'm like this close to suing him at this point. I'm like, yo,
Wow.
you're Prince, but dude, this is my house.
Yeah.
Right.
So he calls me in Japan, and he's on tour for his album, 3121. That's the album.
Yep.
And he calls me and he's like, Booze, listen, it'll be like I was never there when I move out. And I'm like, yeah, but you are there. And we never talked about it.
You're not here.
Nah, but I
You
I
are
knew
there,
he was
but
gonna
you're
do
not
that.
here.
And
I knew
was
he was
like-
gonna do that.
So then he wires me $500,000 to ease my, like, Boost, don't worry about it. Wires me $500,000. And then literally when he moved out, whatever the date was, August, May, whatever it was like he was never there.
I knew he was going to
So
do
let
that.
me tell you how much money
It's like
Prince
a
had.
ghost.
Prince spent $1.2 million renting my house. He
Right.
probably could have bought his own house. Renting my crib. Took out
Redecorating.
everything in my house. 18,000 square foot of decorations.
Which was already decorated, was already
Pays
planned.
for storage to store all that stuff.
Yeah.
Redecorates the entire crib.
Right.
Wires me $500,000
Right.
and then puts it all back like he was never there.
It's like a ghost.
And I was like, I came back to the crib when the lease was up, and I was like, yo.
Yeah.
It was like it was
It's like,
never.
it was almost like a dream. It was like, there's
Right.
no way.
Like it never happened.
Like it never
But
happened.
he told me, he said, I
Legendary.
wanted the house to look like mine when my friends came over.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's dope. We should have put that in the contract, but that's dope. That's dope. I get it.
Like, you should have put that in fine
But,
writing. Like,
you know,
bro,
Yo,
like,
that
may he
is
rest in peace, man. A lot of love for him.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
P's one of the dopest. I saw him in New York, actually here at the All-Star Weekend.
Jordan's
here at
party.
Jordan's party.
Oh, I
when he
always tell that-
performed.
oh my-
I saw him in the back.
Nigga,
That's the last
it
time
was
I saw him.
Ariana Grande in the beginning.
Yes.
And then Prince at the. Yo, I
Jay-Z
tell
and
people.
Beyonce were there watching Prince
did
perform.
he tell, like, did y'all?
Yeah, I
Ridiculous.
saw him at a restaurant in LA maybe like 4 or 5 months after that. And he was great. He was like, Booze, man, the house, right? I'm like, yo, the house.
Oh,
I can tell you
Prince.
another story, but off camera.
That's the name of this episode. The house.
I can't
The
wait.
house.
I can't wait. I'm fucking, that's one of the people. All right, real quick.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Who's somebody y'all wish y'all would have met before they passed?
Mike.
Mike.
I wish I got to see
Michael
Mike.
Jackson.
Yeah,
No,
like
no, no,
that's-
no. Actually, no. Whitney.
Whitney?
Whitney Houston.
I say
That's
Prince.
my mom's favorite artist.
Because to
Whitney
me,
Houston.
Mike, he looked like he lacked a lot of social skills. So I don't
cool
think he
with
would have
that.
been fun.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's
Prince
fine.
I'm not
looked
trying
like
to
he
kick
was
it.
cool.
I'm not trying to kick it with Mike. I just want to be like, yo, I met Mike. Or so
Yeah.
I
I
don't even need
respect
to.
that.
I
No,
don't
I'm
even need
talking
to
about
be
kick
close.
it. I'm
No,
talking
like,
about
yo.
kick it. Like
Yeah, I want to kick
somebody,
it. Yeah,
I
I
don't even
wanna-
want to kick it with Mike. I just want to be just be like,
I
yo,
definitely
somebody
kick
you
it
wish
with
you would have
Nick.
kicked it with.
kicked it with that's not alive no more. Shit, I'll
Bob?
probably who?
Bob?
Marley? No, not Bob Marley. I'm not.
No, you know Chris Farley.
Chris
Oh,
Farley.
Chris
I
Farley.
wish I could have kicked it with
That
him.
would have been too much for me.
I wish I could have kicked it
Probably-
I
with
feel
Chris
like I would have
Farley.
been coked up and be like, ah!
No,
I
it's
was
not
about to
even
say
that.
probably Pryor. Probably Richard
Richard
Pryor.
Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Ooh.
He'll live a wild life.
Still coked up.
Yeah,
but,
still coked up. Still coked up.
Yes, that would have been fun.
Who for you? Who for you?
I don't know because
Who for you though?
Yeah, who for you?
Or is it Prince?
I like Prince or Bob.
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have gotten a lot of insightful shit out of Bob.
For me, it would have been Pac or Big. Because I feel like my whole childhood was Pac and Big.
I got in a lot of trouble.
Well, I
about
feel
Yeah, I'm
like-
about to say you can't speak
Yeah.
on Pac.
I got in a lot of trouble about a recent comment I made about Pac.
Yo, I
I
feel
couldn't have
like
chilled with Pac.
I feel like Pac would have been cool to chill with because I always say this. I feel like he was like about to be like a heartthrob, like a movie star, like more than a rap star.
You just said this the other night.
I
The
did,
other
but
day,
like
yeah.
I always felt like he was on his way to being like, you know what I mean, like he was doing a bunch of movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he was doing
was
all
making
this
that
other
transition.
And
philanthropy.
his background was so deep with his mom and his dad, like the real
Yeah.
story about his mom and his dad. I would just love to have a conversation with him, have you hook up one of these juices or whatever, and we just sit back and just
Pac
talk.
would've been bad. I can't be Pac.
Can you imagine?
He's a trained entertainer.
Yeah.
No.
Pac
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a
Don't want it.
trained, like, bro, he went
Yeah.
to school for this shit.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
that was one of those
He was
jobs.
Yeah, he went to,
mastering it.
yeah.
Yeah, he was mastering
to
that
arts
time. So
and
when he
performance
says that, yeah, I'm like, yo, bro, he was probably gonna be one of the next.
Pac would've been
the
mine.
Cubes or
Pac?
the Ice T's or the LLs. Like,
That's what I'm saying. You look at all his peers. Look at Snoop. You look at Cube. You look at all these people I've grown up
How
and
successful
done.
they been too.
Yeah.
You know,
Pac was on
producing
that.
movies, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Pac might have been.
that's how
would've been out of
when I look
there.
at Juice, I'm like, yo, bro, he was not acting.
Wait, hold on. Pac didn't
Crazy,
have no
that felt
kids,
so-
right?
I'm like, yo, that was him.
Allegedly.
What?
Yeah,
He didn't have
no,
no
Nah,
kids, right?
allegedly. Allegedly,
That's
there's
crazy.
a,
They say he has a daughter.
as I'm saying, allegedly there's a daughter
I
out
never heard
there.
anybody say he had a kid, so yeah, allegedly.
I know
Nah,
he was
they
out here
say-
fucking. He had some
I mean,
kids.
he might.
right?
I don't know. I wasn't in the room.
Bruh.
I wasn't in the room, but I heard he had a
I
daughter.
still stand on my
Pac.
comment. I still stand
He
on my
was
comment.
fine. Look,
What was your
man.
comment? You
All
can't say that,
That
not
was
tell me.
it.
No, my comment was I don't believe. My
Pac
comment was
outside.
I don't
He
believe
get
Pac was
around.
a good rapper.
Round and round.
Really?
Yes, I believe Pac was not a good rapper.
What do you believe he was good at?
I believe he was good at presentation. I believe he was good at presence. I believe he was good at impacting. I believe he was good at articulating what he was and what he was
He was
about.
a
In
poet.
regards to, if we strip all that down, in regards to the actual technical skill of rapping, bars, this, that, and the third, because I'm a New Yorker, so like this is, I look at things a little bit differently. I don't view
You're from Jersey.
him. All right, well, I'm an East Coaster. I don't believe him as to be a good rapper in my
That's a
in
lot.
my eyes. That's all I'm saying.
That's a crazy statement, though.
It is a
It's
very.
not crazy. It's crazy. It's
It's
subjective.
a crazy statement.
It is subjective.
It's subjective.
But it's
You don't
crazy.
gotta agree with it. That's fine. I get it.
And
but
don't.
it's subjective.
And don't.
crazy.
It's subjective. You don't. That's fine.
I
I'm not
can't.
good. I'm not even the biggest Pac fan, but I'm not gonna say he's
I
not a
don't-
good
I'm not
rapper.
saying he's a bad rapper. I don't think he's a good rapper. I just don't think he's a good rapper.
I think he was amazing.
I think it was amazing.
And we
I
were
think he's
so
an amazing
blessed to have so
artist.
many albums of his.
Bro, yes. I think
Like
he's
imagine if we
amazing.
would have got 10 albums out of Big before he passed.
We got what? We got 10 albums out of Pac, right?
Yeah,
We
imagine
got
if we
10
would have
albums
got 10 out of
Pac.
Big.
We got 2 out of Big.
Crazy.
Right, and he's still helmed as one of the greatest. Pac put out what, 8 or 9 albums. The nuggets in those albums
I love Pac.
were
So.
those highlights.
I mean,
the
to be
quantity
fair-
of work that he put out as
You're not about to talk to me
as
about
how we
Pac.
hold him, it should equate to that.
To be fair,
That's all I'm saying. Like he put out a lot of work.
to be
did.
fair, a
put
lot
out
of that
a lot of
work,
work.
a lot of that work was probably not supposed to ever come out. You know
Whose
what I
fault
mean?
was
Like
that?
a lot of that. Well, he died, bro. Like he just
Well, no, I mean,
recorded a
no,
lot
no,
of music,
no,
and they're
but
like, "Yo, let's just put this out."
A lot of that work did come out before.
But I would say the music, and we'll wrap this up right after this. I know we got a lot more to do, but I would just say that you know, Pac, a lot of the music that he put out while he was alive, to at least like creative direct and like, you know, say I want this out, like, yeah, I would put it up there with one of the greatest rap collections of all time. But if you're gonna put in stuff that like other people produced and it was just vocals and
Right.
we're just gonna
Right.
do all this other mix, like, yeah, like it's all right, like it's not But it's not his vision. You know what I'm saying? It was
I
like he
understand
passed
that.
away
I
young.
understand that.
He was
We're
an
gonna throw
artist,
his
man.
vocals on a bunch
That's
of
why I
producers
said he
and
was-
make
And a
music.
poet.
I say
Where was he on that Billboard's list?
He was number 4, and I said this is where this whole thing stems from. I said
That's why he got mad.
I said he should be
Right
at
after
number
Nasir
7,
Jones.
and Wayne should be at 4.
Who said it again?
I said Wayne should be at 4, Pac should be at 7.
And I agreed with
I'm not
that.
taking him off the list.
I agreed with that because
Who's in between 4 and 7? Who's in between 4 and 7? If you have Wayne at 4.
I think Wayne was 7, if I
Wayne
remember
was
correctly.
7.
Wayne was 7, Pop
think-
was 4.
I
I don't know who's 5 and
I think
6.
Big was 6.
I may get the order wrong, but
And
it
Eminem was 5.
It was Wayne,
Five.
Eminem's
Eminem,
tough.
Big, Drake, Hove,
Eminem's
Kendrick.
so tough.
Don't get him
You're
started.
not naming nobody that's not fire to me though. Everybody on that
Eminem
list is fire.
But he don't like
Everybody you
Eminem.
named to me is fire.
He
All
thinks
I
Eminem
said
is
was, I
trash.
just said replace this, that, and the third.
But
I'm
why
not
would-
saying
why?
take- 'cause
But he don't
I
like
literally
Eminem.
said,
No, but why replace it?
because I think Wayne is
Why would
one-
you switch roles when they're
Wayne
all
is a better rapper.
They're all goats.
Right. But we can switch roles.
And it's two different eras too.
Low is not moving off a square on this.
I'm
yeah.
not.
Yeah, but it's two different eras
To
though.
Lodo,
I appreciate
Eminem
it.
wouldn't
No,
be in the
I-
top
I
Like if
10.
there's no Pop, there's probably no Wayne.
There
Like,
you
what do you
go.
mean?
I appreciate the pushback, but you're acting as if I'm saying, yo, take Pac out.
Out the top 5, you did
I mean, you
that.
basically did when you say he's not a good rapper.
I said no. But
That was your first statement, by the way.
Yeah, that was the
and I'm
first thing.
standing on that.
So you want to take him
what I'm
out.
saying is there's no Wayne without Pac
That's
doing what he
fine,
did.
but they're still in the same bracket. It's still top 10.
I'm just saying he inspired a whole generation is what
I'm
I'm
glad
saying.
he
I tell
did.
you.
I'm glad he did.
Guys,
Oh, the tape running out?
this is a conversation that can go for
is a
so
whole
much.
other show.
Yeah,
This is a whole other
We
show.
got more guests to come.
My bad.
Rosie, wrap us up. What are you doing this weekend? What you want? What you want, Rosie?
I ain't on shit.
Lo, what you want this week, bro?
Are we going to Dave and Buster's or some shit?
Oh, shit,
so.
yeah,
We're
go to the
doing
arcade.
something.
Yeah. Celebrating your birthday
We
this
might do some
Arcade
birthday
vibes. Right
stuff.
after
Say
this.
arcade shit.
Man, before we wrap this up, I just want to say thank you, Carlos Boozer,
My
for
pleasure,
coming
man.
through. I know it's been a long time,
Ooh.
but I'm
Pleasure,
so
man.
happy.
We've been friends
you
a
made
long
it through.
time, man.
Bro, I'm so
Respect.
proud of you. I'm so proud of the
Respect.
father you are. So proud of the analysts you become in. And it's wild. We had a whole hour and change conversation. We talked nothing about your basketball. we talked almost nothing about his great basketball career. That's how accomplished you are. That's
Appreciate
how
But we
incredible
ain't
you've been.
gotta
But no,
about
but
it.
it
We ain't got
actually
to.
is a testament to his
Exactly.
great
It's a
basketball
testament.
career.
It's
Yeah,
a testament
it's
to
a
life
testament.
after the game. So, Booze, appreciate you so much for pulling up.
Appreciate it,
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
My
much
pleasure.
for kicking it with us. Guys, before we wrap this up, make sure WALEMANIA tickets on sale right now. Los Angeles, the
Hello.
Novo, March 30th. Get those tickets right now. We are almost sold out. It's going to be a crazy,
You got 2 tickets
crazy
for me and
night.
Rosie, right?
Yeah.
Are we going?
I'll make sure. I'll look at the
When
list.
is
I'll
it?
make sure you guys get March 30th, Los Angeles,
I will say this
California.
every-
the weekend of WrestleMania weekend.
Disclaimer: I'm not twerking on any white man this year.
The more
Is
you
that
say
normal
it,
for-
the
is
more
that
you-
normal for you?
I'm about to say, the more you say it, the more I think it's gonna happen.
We'll have a conversation.
Disclaimer.
We'll have a conversation off camera.
Disclaimer.
Is that normal?
We'll show you footage. When we get off air, we'll show you
White men,
footage.
no.
Anyway, guys, this has been another episode of Say Less. Thank you for listening. Subscribe on youtube.com/Kazeem. Go wherever you listen to podcasts. Type in Say Less with Kazlo King Rosie. It pop up. Amazon, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to. Thank you to Ben. Thank you to everybody.
Madison.
Goddamn,
Yeah, thank you,
Madison, Jake.
Madison,
Madison,
hello.
Jake, everybody over here at Sovereign Brands and Bumble for hosting us. Appreciate you. Like we always do with this. Tom, stay free, stay safe, and always say less.
Yo, Jake, thank you for the BLT.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all.
Thanks.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
We gotta get a picture, man.
Cardi, babe, you hungry?
Yes, you know I'm hungry.
Come on, we about to go to McDonald's.
Yes, I want a cheeseburger with some barbecue sauce, a little Coke on the side.
You know I gotta get the quarter pounder with cheese with the hot seat.
I want an apple pie too with some fries.
Ooh, you know what we gonna call
What we
it?
gonna call it?
The Cardi B and Offset meal.
Only to March 12th though.
Only to March 12th. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Hey!
At participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Sometimes finding your place means getting lost along the way. Peacock's hit original series Bel Air is back for a new season with an ensemble cast of icons and breakout stars including Jabari Banks as Will and special appearances from Saweetie and Tatiana Ali, the OG Ashley from The Fresh Prince. This new season finds the Banks family and Will at a crossroads. When a betrayal shatters the dreams of Will's journey to a new life, he must pick up the pieces and decide how to shape his own story. The strength of the Banks family is about to be tested like never before. From major career moves for Phil and Viv to Hillary, Carlton, and Ashley fighting to stay true to themselves. Plus, will Jeffrey find his way back? One thing's for sure, they've got a legacy to build, and it'll take all of them to build it. This is Must Stream TV. Watch Bel Air now with new episodes dropping Thursdays only on Peacock.